Hello, Danielle.
Hi, Casey.
Welcome back.
Welcome you back.
Despite the fact that we've taped 137 bonus episodes
We sure
over the
have.
summer, it feels like I haven't even seen you.
Well, this is our audience. We're back. A lot of people were tweeting at me over the summer saying, like, where are the episodes? And I thought we said a message at the end of our episode before the end of the summer where I got shaved from tip to toe.
Yes.
Or waxed from tip to toe. But
And how's that growing out?
odd.
Oh.
And in the sense that I had already shaved the sides and, so it's an uneven growth, but that is not
you
her
left
fault.
this season an American hero.
I did, and I'm coming back.
Yes. We did mention it at the end that we were taking a break, but look, I don't listen to the end of podcasts.
Yeah, either do I. So for those of you, everything's fine. There's no trouble in the world.
We're alive and well.
Yes, we're alive and well. Not, what I'm
We're not
saying.
well.
We're not well. We're alive. Barely hanging on.
Barely hanging on.
Now
Danielle,
you had-
a couple weeks ago, I took my entitlement and my luxury and my laziness to a new level. Had
Tell
a
them.
little scare in the bedroom. Now, I've had quite an interesting sex life this summer. Now, normally you share about yours, and I try to keep dignified in that department.
What's going on?
Well, during the earthquake, of course, I was having sex during the second earthquake in LA, and that was stirring.
Especially because it was so early in the evening.
Everyone
My
keeps
child
saying
was-
that like it was 8:30. I don't know. When does everyone want me to be having sex? Like, that's late, actually. It's quite late.
Anyway, I just wasn't sure, like, where were your children?
Yeah.
I guess in bed.
But then, after that earthquake, a lot happened that night. And I did fear I needed a backup form of contraception, as one may.
Yeah.
And I hope this isn't, too political for some, but
Well,
I
get
decided,
over it,
get over it,
everybody.
that I needed a Plan B pill, which is now over the counter at your local.
God.
And so it's so over the counter. It's like NyQuil. I thought, let me Postmates it. I'm busy and tired. So the next day, it was the weekend, I'm with my kids. Like, I don't have time to run and stop another kid from coming. So I had a Postmate in. Go and get it. And, damn it, if he didn't cancel last minute.
When he realized, he was like, Plan B, is this some sort of shake from McDonald's? Like an Oreo Speedwagon? Like, what is this?
Yeah. But you know what? I just feel like we are so lucky to be living in this day and age where you can get anything at your fingertips, but it doesn't seem yet.
So maybe next time use Grubhub?
Yeah, I guess next time a task rabbit.
Yeah.
Although those little rabbits don't hop around as much as you'd like
they
them to.
don't. You don't know. They don't know what they're grabbing when they're hopping. So
I'm going to stock up next time.
You should.
I send my assistant to Rite Aid.
God bless her.
But Danielle, but other than that, things are going
it's a low.
great.
I'm not going to lie.
It was a high.
Or a high. I think it just depends if you see the glass half full or
It was a low for Yin.
and a high and a low for you. You didn't get it.
Right.
A high for your life.
Exactly. Now, how are you, Danielle?
I'm good. The summer has been a whirlwind.
Yes.
But this last month, my daughter started first grade.
Wow.
And I traveled a little bit, but I'm back in the saddle. Nothing that exciting. I didn't have to Postmates. In fact, I'm so cheap, I have yet to Postmate a thing.
Danielle! I'm keeping them in business to a level that Postmates opened the day I came home from the hospital with my first son. It was basically like the only time the universe held my hand through that experience. So like, we know your fat ass is going to need a fucking burrito and pancakes every morning, and you're going to wonder why you're not losing weight with your kid for the next 20 years. And, these Postmates, they come and they go through my life, and I love each and every one of them, except for Yin.
Do you have a reg?
No, but occasionally
Regular
you'll get someone
relationship?
else. They're like, hey, that's not great. And they're lovely people.
I've
I see a Postmate. I'm never not seeing one.
I've never ordered a Postmate. I tried to once. I really wanted John and Vinny's.
Well, you got to go for caviar for that.
I know, but then I went to because they didn't have Postmates, so I went to Caviar, and they don't deliver to studios. They do not deliver
I'm
there.
sorry for your loss,
I
Danielle.
know.
I'm a
it's
spoiled
tough.
motherfucking
You're not.
brat.
I'm not saying I don't have things delivered. I did.
You're not saying you don't have the urges.
No, and I have Instacart. I've done Instacart a million times because grocery shopping is something I just sometimes can't get to in a week, and I've had some wonderful experiences with that. But I don't know why Postmates is like I just haven't done it.
Well, you did just get Venmo and off checks.
Yeah.
So maybe you'll be there any second
I know
now.
I am just on Venmo. Anytime I Venmo someone, people are like, who is this? And where, what have you done with Danielle? They're just like, is this Danielle's daughter doing this? Like that nobody.
Sid?
Yeah. They're like, Sid, are you? And she's like, yes, I've taken over my mother's account.
Now, Danielle, we were delivered something today. Not by a Postmate.
No, today, this is the biggest news that's ever happened.
On our podcast. It really is.
And I want to thank everybody.
I want to thank the Academy.
Yes.
I want to thank you. I want to thank Jordan. I want to thank Airwolf. I want to thank Dana.
I want to thank Kim.
I want to thank Luce. I want to thank July.
I want to thank you all.
Lyra.
Yes, Lyra. Every one of us.
Bitch Sesh has been nominated for an People's Choice Award in the category of Best Dressed. No. In the category of Most Pubic Hair.
No!
In the category of the Pop Podcast of 2019.
Guys, this is huge. I've never been nominated for anything.
I have.
What have you been nominated? Oh, you were nominated for Critics' Choice.
I lost. Okay.
Who'd you lose to?
Eden Scher from The Middle, who I love.
She's fantastic.
Fantastic.
Guys,
Fantastic. We're nominated, and we're in the amongst of an elite.
Oh my God,
We're breathing rarefied air here.
We are nominated amongst.
Maybe you've heard of Joe Rogan Experience.
Maybe you've heard of Getting Curious with Jonathan Van Ness, who's a dream.
Armchair Expert Podcast with Dax Shepard.
Off the Vine with Caitlin Bristow.
What the fuck with Mark Maron?
Guys.
Scrubbing In with Becca Tilly and Tanya Rad. Wind Down with Jana Kramer.
Guys, amongst gods.
You know what? Let's
quit
this fucking job because we're going to the straight to the top.
We are.
We don't need anybody
anything
anymore.
or anybody. I'm postmating tonight.
Yeah, baby. It really gave me a skip in my step.
You texted me, and Casey, I screamed. I was at breakfast with our mutual friend Jackie, and I was like, Casey and I got nominated for a People's Choice Award. She was like, what?
It feels right.
It feels like we're exactly where we should be, but we also need you
when
guys.
things like this happen to me, before we make our big play,
Yeah,
and I hope I didn't waste it on some of my political pursuits this year, my favors.
I know.
Just kidding. When things like this happen to me, you'd think I'd be in the spot that you seem to be, which is gratitude and like the world's right where we're at. And I'm like, we should have fucking had this last year. No, I'm so
you know what?
happy.
We women have to have that attitude because we face everything so grateful. We're grateful for every crumb, any little thing. And an agent of mine, RIP, she didn't pass away, but we're just not with our agents right
We've
now.
been forced to fire them. There's a writer's strike.
Yes. But she once said to me, because I was feeling grateful for something that, a job I had gotten. And she's like, no, don't be grateful. You earned this.
It sounds
and
like
it was
an agent.
a wonderful,
Don't be
you know
grateful.
what? It sort of empowered me in that way.
Except for our wonderful agent, Rachel.
Yes, not
who's
Rachel.
listening, not you.
But yes, it's such a joy, and I'm so excited by this.
I'm
really
so excited too.
I'm honored.
Honored. Now, please vote for us, guys. I want to point something out. Never one time have Danielle and I lowered ourselves to do that shit where we're like, it would really help us if you give us 5 stars and write a review. We haven't asked because you know what? Who's got time for it?
Yes.
I don't want that for you guys. I want you to fucking sit in your car and on the subway and while you're doing your dishes and listening to us and just enjoy it.
Yes.
Do we make you listen to ads? Yes.
Not our fault. You can fast forward past it.
It is our fault. But this is the one thing that I think it would be fun to see us up there.
I would like to get dressed and we will shout all of you out.
It's going to be airing live from a prestigious theater, the Barker Hangar in Santa Monica.
What? And
An
it airs
airline
on
hangar.
E! On E, guys, my favorite channel.
Well, I think Bravo would be our favorite.
Oh, sorry. Oh, God forbid. I'm so sorry. One of my favorite channels.
One of.
It's on my regulars.
Yes.
And guys, you
TLC,
can go to
of course.
the E! Online voting page and we'll set up a link on our various Instagram. I will.
Will we be able to?
I'll have our assistant set up a link.
Yes.
Or my child set up a link.
Yin,
can you Postmates us a link?
Yin, vote for us and send a lot of Plan B.
Please.
Guys, here's what the Plan B is, to vote for us.
Wow, right.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Let's
guys. We're so
stop
excited.
The other podcast.
Yes,
winning.
those motherfuckers, they don't know what we've gone through.
Know we go through and do every day
What
watching
we
these
do.
shows. I just got into Below Deck. None of them are watching 27 million hours of Below Deck
That
on
is
their
true.
break.
You did tell me it's the best thing that's ever happened to you.
Guys, my hands are shaking. We're going to get to it. But maybe now is a good time to announce because we're back to school.
Yes.
We're back to basics. We're back to bitch sesh.
Yeah, we sure are. Now, Southern Charm did us a little dirty this year, I would say.
I would say. Now, look, are we still checking in on them? Yes, of course. But we are shifting our focus this year to Below Deck Med right now. I believe that's what's on.
Mediterranean.
I'd like everyone to get below deck.
I think they are. I think we're the last to get down there.
You're right. We have, I felt it might feel claustrophobic, and it's anything but. If anything, I want to get more cramped in those little cabins.
I think that's why I enjoyed it on a plane, because I felt I was one of them, that I was amongst them, because you're sort of in that little cabin.
Yeah, it feels really good. Hannah, I love and hate them all so much.
Which captain is it?
Much happens.
Is it the guy?
Sandy.
Sorry, Captain Sandy. Sorry.
Excuse me.
Wow. I'd also like to get into Married to Medicine.
Yes, I've been getting into Married to Medicine too. It's excellent. Excellent.
So we're going to hop on some new shows this year. We're really excited.
Of course, we'll be covering our normal...
Our Housewives crew.
Yeah, what got us here to the People's Choice Award.
What got us to the top.
Dance with the one that brung you.
Yeah, but, we're going to add some sprinkles on this gorgeous cake of Housewives.
Yes, we are.
Oh, and speaking of Housewives, guys, there's an amazing housewife coming.
Really something. After Lucy Juicy Apple Juicy Goosey sent Lisa Vanderpump, one of the stalwarts of our franchise. She's fucking gone now so that these women can get along.
Yes. They've sent us
a gift, manna from heaven.
Yes. Garcelle Bouvet.
Wow. Now, this is some dignity is coming to town. And we thought we had dignity with Denise.
Yes. No, Denise is a different woman. Now, what I love about Garcelle is, she's gorgeous.
Yes.
She's a woman of the right age. Yep. She's over 50. Thank you.
Don't give me a youngie.
I don't want it.
I want my housewives 50 to 75.
She's a woman of color, which I'm excited about.
Where the fuck?
Finally in Beverly Hills.
It's been honestly not only just disturbing and strange.
So
I'm excited.
And guess what? My favorite thing that I knew about her, not only she's an amazing actress, and I watched her on the Jamie Foxx show, but her husband, cheated on her. Many years ago. No, I'm not happy that she had young twin boys. So it seems like
she's right in line already,
following in step. But I remember when this gossip went around, and I was like, this is a woman of power. This is someone that does not take shit.
Okay.
And she has very powerful agent husband, like an agent at this very powerful agency called CAA. And she had like...
I hope he got fired in this writer's strike.
Doubt it. But she had two like baby twin boys, which to have twins is a feat amongst feats.
You're a hero.
He cheated on her.
Okay.
She sent an email to the entire CAA.
Yes. Creative Arts Agency.
Yes. And was like, fuck this guy. He's been cheating on me. Fuck him. Like,
I have chills.
I mean, if that is not a power fucking move,
people are
exposing
like, take the high road. That is the high road.
That is the high road. Sticking up for herself, showing everybody what a fucking piece of shit this person is.
Exposing someone for what they are. When you have baby twins.
Yes.
Oh, well, this sounds like a real breath of fresh.
I know. That's why I'm like, she's perfect.
She's perfect.
Guys, I'm so excited.
I feel like she's going to give Erica Jane a run for her money.
Oh, she really is. Like, I feel like she's going to be the new queen. I mean, she is.
We can talk about this further, but I do think there's some processing still yet to be done. Like, yes, we're very excited. It's like when someone breaks up with you and you just immediately get a new boyfriend and you're really excited.
And they're better looking.
But there is some processing left to be done about Lisa.
Of course. But
last year, that's for another time. We can't right now.
And we were all scared when Lisa left because we knew she was a linchpin on this series.
But a lot of linchpins. I mean, I'll tell you, the linchpins are falling. Bethany Frankel, Be Strong. Mm-hmm. I'm going to say something. Oh, I'm going to talk about Be Strong later, but God bless her. If I can tip my hat to her with everything she's doing with Dorian. Mm-hmm. Say what you will.
No, she's incredible. This is what she should be doing.
This is what she should be doing. Although she'll be back in a year when she's been off television for a year.
She cannot be off television for too long, and we know this. So it's not goodbye forever. It's goodbye for 2 or 3 seasons.
See you soon.
See you soon.
I think around Christmas when there's no nutcrackers to
I think she'll make it. Yeah, she'll
no
be making
cabarets
an appearance.
to go to.
Oh, we'll see. She will not be at that cabaret. If she doesn't have to be on the show, she is not coming to that cabaret. Would you?
God, no. We haven't gone in our life's work, some would say, now that we have People's Choice, nom.
We don't have to
follow these women. Now, Danielle, if I could announce one more quick thing.
Please do.
Before we take a break and bring out our amazing first guest back, I did want to update some viewers and listeners, rather, have been asking, did I go through with the name change for my son? I was thinking of swapping my son's name with my brother's son. And
wait, what? I think I was gone this episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yep. What? So I was going to change Henry's name to Teddy. My brother has a son named Teddy, and they feel he's more of a Henry, and I feel my son's more of a Teddy.
This was the thing that was going to happen.
Of course. But, my son being middle name Bear, my husband, where the buck stopped was him being named Teddy Bear on his birth certificate. Long story short, he had his second birthday and I made a major announcement. And June said, had she ever seen someone do this at a birthday party? No. Issue a name change.
What?
Clinked a Mickey glass, and we have changed his name, but it's a little more normal. We are simply referring to him from henceforth as Bear.
Oh,
so we didn't go full freight with Teddy. We decided to let Teddy keep that name. Okay. Let my son keep the name.
That wild. This journey is so strange.
Yeah, we decided to let Fletcher's son Teddy keep his
the name that he was given on his birth certificate. That was so kind of you.
Well, and I decided to let my son keep his name.
But he is now henceforth Bear.
Yes.
Well, I've always been calling him Henry Bear.
And many have. And look, but then at the same time, I'm sad because I don't want people to not call him Henry. So to that, I say, call him whatever. Know that his name is Bear. Know that his name is also Henry. Know that my first name is Catherine. People have always called me Casey, but you can call me whatever. It's a journey, but my son's name, now that he started preschool, is Bear. And it feels weird. It feels like I have like a Hollywood name, and I don't love that.
It's a decision that I like that was started at the school age, because now when he's in school,
there was a clock
the
on this
perfect time.
decision.
So
and I
was
knew
a clock.
When he marched in yesterday to his transitional preschool that I have to go to twice a week with him, I knew this is it, make or break.
This is crazy.
I know. His name is Bear, and he will not be called Teddy for now. But a lot of people message me that they've seen name changes in their own families, and it's a painful part of a lot of people's pasts.
I've never seen this done before.
Others have, and they're out there and holding strong.
I would like to make an announcement.
Oh.
A little bit of congratulations to our dear Casey Rose Wilson, Catherine.
What?
Rose Wilson.
Catherine, Casey, Henry, Bear, Teddy Wilson.
Wilson Fletcher.
Paul Wilson.
I don't think we've told everybody yet, but Casey directed, co-wrote, and starred in a film called Daddy-O that got accepted to one of the most prestigious film festivals there is, the Toronto International Film Festival. This is like where the Oscar films come out of.
Wow.
And our good. Casey Wilson directed, co-wrote with our dear friend Laura Kindred, and starred in with Michael McKean. And it tells the story.
Michael McKean playing my father, Paul Wilson.
And it's about her, and our bitch Sesh is Paul Wilson.
Yeah,
he's not just yours
honest.
Anymore. And I've read the script. I have not seen the movie yet because you are keeping it from me. But I would just like to say congratulations. And I want our listeners to know, because this is such a huge fucking deal, Casey.
I'm so excited.
I'm so proud of you. And to direct it, it's huge. How do you feel?
I feel so excited. My dad's coming next week and has asked if he can participate in the Q&A. Which I don't think anybody wants that.
I think they do. The people love Paul.
He is, when I tell you, this is his people's choice. This is his beyond people's choice. Like, he's so excited. He hasn't seen it. My brother's coming, and my best friend Amanda and Diane are coming. Shira's coming. Everyone's coming. And, our producer, Ursula Kamek, I'm giving her a shout out, and our DP, Adam Silver. And I'm so excited. Adam Pally stars in it with me and June Diane.
It's such a huge deal. And
Blair Beacon is in it.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I'm really
Congrats.
excited. Thank you.
And good luck at the film festival.
My father's spiral after my mom died, and it was severe what happened. I think many of you know it started with a perm, and it ended with him being arrested because the maitre d' wouldn't seat a woman, an older woman that he did not know. So thank you, Danielle. You're so sweet.
The life you live, Casey, is a wonder.
Don't forget when he wanted me to ADR my funeral speech that I gave for my mom because my voice dropped out because I was crying. He wanted to bring me into a booth and have me redo it.
Casey, I'll never forget that. As long as I live. Never. And no one will.
He has become very progressive.
Yes.
And I told you this. My father now is signing his emails of permanent sign off. He is him. He's a 70-year-old man, and I feel like he's a good guy.
Yeah, he is. He's embracing kind of like, oh no, this is where we're at now.
Yes.
And
he's like, oh, this is what...
It's still new and confusing to a person of his age who grew up.
It's confusing to a lot of people, and I appreciate it. He was like, "Oh yeah, I read that. That's what
we're doing.
You should tell people your pronouns." I was like, "Oh great,
I love it."
I know.
Paul
what a guy.
Wilson.
Danielle, congratulations on your nomination.
Thank you, Casey, and congratulations on your minivan.
Thank you so much, Chrysler Pacifica in my driveway. Let's hear a little more about it, and then take a break and bring out our guest. We're back with our first guest of the season.
But I want to say something about this guest.
Okay.
Because I feel like he was one of the people that really helped put Bitch Sesh on the map, if you will.
Could you say he contributed to our recent nomination?
Oh, for sure. Yeah. Well, guys, we're going to be referencing this a lot. But I would say, like, if it weren't for him, when we give our thank you speech, as when we win,
of course
we will.
Of course. When I give it, go on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm already writing it. I was writing it in the car over today. Yeah. Literally, you texted me, and then I started writing it. And this person really helped put us on the map.
Yes, and he wields a lot of power in our business.
He sure does.
You know, he's a TV critic and was the former editor-in-chief. Does everyone know what that means?
That means they're in charge
of Entertainment Weekly. That's an entertainment magazine that comes out weekly.
And I have been reading it since I was
me too
in high school, I want to say.
Yeah, me too.
And it is my paper of choice. And this person, I knew when he was there because they had a sense of humor.
Yeah.
Like, I always felt like this person was in my head because everything he loved, I would love. And so I felt like...
And he also loved us.
Yeah, well.
Please welcome Henry Goldblatt.
Hi, Henry!
I am so thrilled to be here, and it's a total bucket list moment. And I have to be honest with the two of you about something. Like, I already feel like I failed completely as a guest because I want to bring like a little hostess gift.
I didn't see anything.
Yeah,
I know there isn't anything because
didn't see a bag in your hand.
There's not a thing because I really wanted to get you guys each a bottle of La Dame perfume, and I searched and I searched and I searched, and I'm not saying that it doesn't exist.
But you're saying it doesn't exist.
I'm just saying it's very difficult to find, and I haven't given up yet. It may still show up on your doorstep.
And this man has sources. Like, if someone's going to find it.
That's the problem with giving housewives gifts. We have tried, and we'll just, when I tell you there's no sense of urgency and or there's no product.
We're still waiting for our Cynthia Bailey sunglasses,
Yeah,
and we've been waiting
over
for 2 years.
2 years.
So I truly apologize, and like,
honestly, it's the thought that counts with housewives merch. It's not going to arrive.
Yeah, like, you're never going to get Kathy's cannoli mix. Like, it's just not going to happen. And
it's funny because this week I was listening to Goop podcast, and she was interviewing Michelle Pfeiffer about her fragrance line, and in my head I was like, I think I prefer La Dame. I'm good with Karen Huger's line.
I know, but I think you can find Michelle Pfeiffer's. I just don't know where we're going to find Karen
just to like cover my tracks, if you were searching for La Dame perfume, like, might you go to like Bloomingdale's.com or Amazon or something like that?
I don't know if I'd go to Bloomingdale's.
I don't know. I don't even know you could get it on Karen's website.
Like, I don't think it's going to be in a place, in a brick and mortar for starters, but maybe it's in a warehouse somewhere in
I don't know
Maryland.
that it has been mixed, if that's what they do with the perfume. Like, I don't know that it's been...
Because in the preview for next year, it seemed like they were seeing it a bottle, but I think it's just a prototype.
One bottle. It's like when She by Sheree had the fashion show.
Right, or
with no
Sonia had the one toaster oven.
Have you seen the ad for the perfume though?
No.
Oh, it's amazing. It has the aesthetic of, you know, those rotating hotels on the top of restaurants in the 1980s?
I went to many for a 5th and 6th birthday at the top of the Hyatt Regency in Atlanta every day.
The ad has that aesthetic. She is just in a gown, like she might as well be in one of those hotel rooms. She is bathing herself in it, and then she holds it up to cuddle it next to her face.
Maybe that's why there's none left.
Maybe she used it all.
There is one bottle.
There's one bottle.
Well, Karen Huger, if you're listening, which I know you're not, maybe your assistant / friend?
/ he does seem to have another job. He works
/ CEO of another company.
He seems to work in another office. Maybe that you have to like buzz up to.
Before we get into the housewives, so at Entertainment Weekly, you guys had something on the back cover called the bullseye.
Yeah, I was so I created the bullseye.
You created it?
Yeah, and then I used to write it for a long time until I passed it off to my protege Mark.
Oh, I love him too. He's hilarious.
My protege is amazing.
Tell everyone what the bullseye is.
The bullseye is sort of a summary of what we're liking that week, what we're disliking that week, what's super hot, what's super trashy. And the thing that I was aiming for when I wrote it and created it is that you could look at the bullseye that week and like remember, that was that week in 2016 when X happened. And so it's sort of like, it's a time capsule, if you will.
I love every week I read that bullseye. I'm obsessed
It's so
with
much fun, and I will say I appreciate you guys put happy endings on there so many times.
Well, of course.
And Marry Me, which not a ton of people are putting on their personal
It would have been
bullseyes.
a crime not to put happy endings on there.
Oh, you're so sweet. But Danielle and I decided since we've been gone, for a whole month, which we're acting like
we're acting like we've been gone for centuries.
But we kind of put together just the things we've been watching and listening to this summer, and we wanted you to just pipe in and add your own.
Great.
If you may. And we do not have the fun captions that you have.
No.
Okay,
I
that's
simply
okay.
have the names of things.
Yes.
In the podcast world, obviously our competitors in our category.
In our category. I don't think any of them were nominated, I guess. Maybe next year. Good luck.
But I am loving the podcast Root of Evil. It is the darkest true crime podcast that has ever happened about the Black Dahlia murderer.
And beyond. Guys.
Let's just say the Black Dahlia murderer's son was an LA murder investigator and stumbled upon the fact that his father was the Black Dahlia murderer. It's amazing. Any other podcast? The Clearing is really good too.
The Clearing is really good. It's about a woman who realizes her father is a serial killer.
A lot of people are realizing their parents are serial killers.
It's not great. But she realizes he's a serial killer, and then like everything that comes after is incredible.
And quite dark.
It's very dark. But she's, and I say, this woman that has discovered it has the breeziest voice. For a person with a serial killer,
she's like,
"Hey
y'all!"
She's like the happiest, go lucky. I'm like, I have no excuse for the way I act. Like
her father killed many people.
Yes, and she's just like, "Hey y'all, good to see you." Like I'm like, what is she hiding?
What podcast are you listening to?
Oh my God! So my life is steeped in entertainment, and so when I quote unquote relax, I go the opposite, and I go into politics, and this podcast probably isn't in your category. It's called Talking Politics. It's about the British, like all the crap that's going on in British electoral politics right now. And I know everybody's ears are just sort of glazing over as they're listening to it, but it's captivating. These two sound like librarians, and they just explain Brexit to you in a way that's
I would like that.
Yeah, I'd like to hear about other countries' problems.
Yeah, I'm sick of our own.
It won't make you feel better, I can't lie, but it like misery loves company type of thing.
Yes, for sure.
Are you watching Years and Years?
No, I tried, and
it's too dark.
It's too dark.
It's too dark, guys.
Too dark.
It's too dark. I have been watching Succession.
I have Succession on here.
It's amazing.
I know.
I have not dug in. Should I be watching it?
Oh, it's so good.
Okay.
It's definitely, people always say, oh, Housewives are guilty pleasure. I'm like, no, Succession's a guilty pleasure.
Succession is like Dallas for this generation.
Guys, I was watching Dallas when I was 6 years old. I was a latchkey kid. My mom would I would get off the bus and then home to watch General Hospital and Dallas.
Succession you will love.
Okay.
Yes. And
Amen.
I would suggest skipping the first 3 or 4 episodes of the first season. I think it's a very slow burn, and I've never seen a show course correct so well as this show did in the first season.
Yeah, and they stopped those weird jarring close-ups that came out of nowhere. The guy that plays Shiv's husband is everything to me.
Oh, he's terrific.
I'm attracted to him, and
I'm very attracted to Kieran Culkin.
I have grown attracted to him too.
I have always been attracted to him since he was a child.
yeah. He was looking real good, and you can count on me.
The finest Culkin, if you ask me.
Just in terms of moments that happened, what is this Todd Chrisley nonsense? I mean, he is absolutely bullying his daughter over her own sex tape.
Release a sex tape of your own daughter. Like, where are we? Where are we in the scheme of fatherhood?
He is such a piece of shit.
And he's always talking like that. Like, I'm like, where are you? What are you?
He's on the outskirts of my bullseye.
Yes, of course. Yes. Way out.
Yes.
Oh, God, I want to be so careful here.
Why?
Like,
You're right.
We never are. We've gotten in trouble.
Something wrong?
Why has anyone not accused him of allegedly sucking D at the roundup?
Wow. Okay, I see why you took a moment.
Yes,
And by the way, yes. I mean, I think
allegedly.
Let's let Leanne Locken loose on him. I do feel that could be a nice crossover.
That would be a terrific crossover. As far as TV, you said this, and I'm saying this too. On Becoming a God in Central Florida.
I love
it.
Have you seen it?
I haven't, and I'm dying to.
Kirsten
Dunst. It's amazing.
It's so good.
Guys, this is the
No
performance.
one plays like white trash, if I may say, better.
And just it's about a pyramid scheme, and that whole world. Casey has been involved in a few.
Many. I've gotten roped in. I've tried to rope others.
Yes, and so
I'm juggling a few shake companies.
There's not a
right
pyramid scheme that doesn't find you, and that someone has to go, Casey, this is a pyramid scheme. I feel like we've all said it to you 3 or 4 times in our lifetime.
Am I involved with the pyramid scheme with Chrysler now?
Possibly. Let me get my hands on the written material, but I've had to tell it to you a few times, so I know you relate to the character. But it's amazing.
Also, Black Lady Sketch Show.
Oh
yes.
my
so good.
Yes.
God.
So good. It's the first all-female Black women's writers' room.
Oh my God. The opening credits?
Yes, Alone with the Puppets.
Amazing.
The sketch that killed me, I watched it 100 times, is the Basic Bitch show, like the Basic Bitch, whatchamacallit show, like the, not the talent show, but not the drag show, but it was like in Pose.
Oh, the ball?
Yes,
Yes.
the basic bitch ball. That sketch had me. You know what? Let me erase that. Sorry.
Okay, great.
The show that killed. I mean, the episode. Sorry. The sketch that killed me. Like I've watched it 7 times. Is the basic bitch ball. Oh my God. When they do this thing about you see your neighbor and you're still walking to get, I can't even explain it, but like,
Your neighbor. You're giving a great description.
I know, but it is, I don't want to give it away, but
It's
guys,
a really great show.
If you're not watching it, you're out of your mind. It's
Yeah.
the funniest thing that has been on TV in forever. And sketch is hard.
Yeah.
Sketch comedy is hard and they are killing it.
We're going to have a writer from
Yes. I'm so
the show
excited in a
coming
few
on.
weeks. And it is, the writer's room is led by Lauren Ashley Smith, who is, a friend of the show. Her sister's been on the show. Mariah's been on the show. So that's exciting.
It's very exciting.
So anyway, it's amazing.
I'm also loving Red Table Talk.
I love Red
you
Table
got
Talk.
me into Red Table Talk.
I love Red
the
Table
Jordan
Talk.
episode was wild.
Oh.
Will Smith is weighing in via an iPad
No,
to
and
give counsel.
Did you watch the episode with Kirsten Davis?
Yes,
from
Kristen
Sex-
Davis. Yes,
of
about
Kristen-
yes,
her
her adopted black children. It
Yes,
was
and just the
really-
conversation about that was incredible. I mean, these women are deep.
I know. At first, I was like,
diving.
I don't know if I want to see like a mom, grandma, and a daughter talk about their sex lives. But
All I
do.
want to
Yeah.
see.
I do want to see that.
Of course.
They're funny. They're smart.
Yeah.
They're honest. They're revealing. It's so
It's pretty
vulnerable. I'm loving.
I want to get
it.
at that red table.
May I go a little lower brow?
Please.
Lower to mid brow.
Yeah.
I was the biggest Beverly Hills 90210 fan growing up. And this 90210 iteration, it's like 90210 via Black Mirror. It's so strange.
Yeah.
Like they're all playing versions of themselves. Tori Spelling is trolling herself so hard on the show. and
I
having
really
the-
appreciate she has a sense of humor about
I
herself.
do too. Like on the show, the character, quote unquote, Tori Spelling has 6 kids, a husband who doesn't work and is kind of a deadbeat, and she's broke.
Oh my god.
Now, does she include when she in real life tripped over a hibachi grill?
Yes, she does. Yes.
When she did that at Benihana.
Oh my god, that was, and then sued them.
Yeah,
Because
love
I
it.
would sue myself. Like I would just be like, "Hey, this is
I love
on me."
that.
Yeah.
And she created it with Jenny Garth, right?
She did with Jenny Garth.
She created what?
Who I'm going to also put on the bullseye adjacent to that is Gabrielle Carteris, who was revealed, and we all knew this, of course, and I put this on my Instagram, but she auditioned to play 16-year-old, what was her character's name?
Andrea Zuckerman.
Andrea Zuckerman, when she was 29.
Yes.
And said that she was 16 and she's a hero.
Can I say I saw her at Core Power Yoga the other day, and she looks incredible.
I'm a fan of hers. Because
She loves a long cardigan on the show. That's her
Okay.
favorite look.
Yeah.
And
like a duster.
yeah, duster. Like a modern version of
Elisa
Maud,
Rinna
what
duster?
Maud used to wear.
Ahmad was a fashion icon. Now,
I would put Maud and Gabrielle in the same
Yeah.
category. Yeah.
Can I ask what is Andrea Zuckerman up to?
So we don't know that yet, but we know that
do we
Gabrielle
not know? That's
Carteris,
upsetting.
quote, because they haven't gone to the actual show
So
yet.
we know what
wait.
Gabby's up to.
It's
Yeah.
not a show.
It's a show within a show.
It's really complicated.
Yeah. I
Wow.
wouldn't think
It takes a
complicated would
PhD.
be the word that you would put to it.
It takes a PhD to
Yeah.
understand, I won't lie.
Okay.
Wow.
And R.I.P. Luke Perry.
R.I.P. Luke Perry, and they have a really nice tribute to him, which is very, very
Oh, That's
sweet.
good. Now, are you watching Below Deck?
No, so can I be honest about something?
Oh.
Yeah, please do.
So I feel like we all attended Garbage Person University together.
Yeah.
We all enrolled as freshmen. At the end of sophomore year, like we all have to declare a major. And you all decided, like you all went housewives and went Bravo, and it's a respectful major, and
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate that. I went into a reality dating show realm.
Unexpected.
Yeah, so a Bachelor, Bachelorette, Love Island, the UK version.
Oh, we got into that.
Love Island is great.
Great.
Do you watch with subtitles?
Of course I do.
Okay. I
can't
didn't know
understand.
that. And it was like,
It's a
oh, I gotta
rough
fuck that word. I was like, what's happening?
To call a woman a bird is shocking.
Yeah.
It was just
Claire, our friend, informed us these are, with no disrespect, again, there's a caste system that's very clear, and we're at the bottom.
Yes.
But to me, I always think British people sound posh no matter where
Some
the
of
accent
these I'm
is.
finding not as
No,
posh. Yeah.
of course.
Real
Some
gutter
of
mouths.
them are just like, what are you saying? Like, I have no idea what this accent is.
Who are your favorite characters?
Oh my God, I love an Amber. And
Amber's everywhere, pretty
How far? I want to be careful of spoilers. How far?
I'm only one. I'm in the first season, so
It's okay, Henry. There's hundreds of episodes.
Well, first of all, don't watch the first season. Only watch seasons 4 and 5.
Claire said
okay.
two.
See, I started with 2.
No, 4 and 5.
Should I jump right to 4 and 5?
Jump to 5 first because A, there's no backstory, and B, you'll get spoiled. you want to avoid the spoilers.
One thing I'll say I love about our listeners is that they will watch something in the order God intended. If I'm like, listen, 90 Day Fiancé, you're starting with 4, you're going back to 1. Then you're hitting up, before or ever after. Then you're going back, and everybody will listen.
Yes.
So you use
So
5
Love
first.
Island 5 first, then go back to 4.
Okay.
Every 5th episode, there's like 100 episodes in the season. It's ridiculous. Every 5th or 6th episode is a recap episode. You can skip those, obviously.
Will they tell us, like, this is a recap? Will they give
Within
us?
2 seconds,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't think it'll be hard to
I don't
No.
know. Can't understand what they're saying.
I know. Okay, now what about 90 Day Fiancés, like Love After Lockup?
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Excuse me, everyone. My manager calling, no doubt, with congrats about our big nom. Just
I
kidding.
haven't seen flowers yet from anybody, but
again,
I'm sure they're at my doorstep
just
as
found
we
out.
speak.
Okay, so you do like Love After Lockup.
90 Day Fiancé more so.
Yes.
It's irresistible.
Well,
So that's when senior year, we took that class together.
Yes, because
Yes.
you could take like electives and stuff. Even though
Exactly.
we were in different majors, it's like there's still that writing workshop class that everybody takes.
that was like at NYU. They made artists take a science, and they
Yes.
allowed me to take broadcast journalism science.
I took political science, and because I was also at NYU, and literally it was like Locke and Hobbes and all that fucking shit, and I was like, gotta go.
Gotta go.
No, and so then I took a computer science class, which was just building a web page for my personality, like building like a web presence for like my headshots.
This is all great stuff.
Thank God for NYU.
Okay, so you're a bachelorette person. This weekend I was at the Monarch St. Regis where Tamara Barney
Got married.
And I believe one of the bachelorettes, because June Diane attended her wedding.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a Bachelor in Paradise wedding, I believe, which is sort of
There's been a lot of weddings at the
lower
Monarch
tier, yeah.
in Laguna. Yeah. Okay, what
God.
else are you liking?
God, this summer I caught up with the new season of Glow, the new season of Dear White People, which both of which were extraordinary. And I gotta give a shout out to the two of you, and I'm not blowing smoke just because I'm here, but Black Monday was just terrific. And I finally got, I know I'm a couple months late, I finally got to it this summer. You both were excellent.
We get to things when we get to them.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you. I would like to talk about a book that I read.
Okay.
That is the best book I've read in so long, called 3 Women.
Oh, I haven't read this on my list.
It's so
I'm
good.
dying.
It's by a journalist named Lisa Taddeo. Sorry, guys, I'm terrible. It's nonfiction. It is about these 3 women and their lives and how early sexual experiences kind of like affected the rest of their life. It is incredible. I could not put it down. It is sometimes a tough read in terms of like what happens or what these women go through, but wow. I flew through it. It's incredible. I suggest everyone read it.
Okay. I have a book, which is called Right Fragility.
Yes.
It's really good. And I'm just going to read kind of the caption on the back because it's very interesting, I think. It's basically why it's so hard for white people to talk about racism. And white fragility, the author, Robin DiAngelo, kind of describes as a state in which even the most minimum amount of racial stress becomes intolerable for white people, basically. And it's just about kind of learning how we might build our capacity in the ongoing work towards racial justice and basically just like how racist white people are. And but it's illuminating and it's a very tough read,
and it
but
digs
an amazing
into like
read.
the everyday things that you're like, I'm not a racist.
Yes.
And then all these things happen and you look at them and you're like, oh yeah, I see where I have
My
had
role in
racist.
this,
Yes, I see
yes.
the racist behavior. I see the privilege.
And honestly, my role in white supremacy at
Yeah.
the end of the day. Yeah. It's a very eye-opening book, White Fragility. Also a podcast called Gangster Capitalism about the cheating like college scandal.
Why haven't you told me
Yes,
about
I know. I need to know
this?
this
Bringing
immediately.
Lori Loughlin. They do reenactments, and I'm upset I wasn't asked.
Who has been asked?
Another lesser name actor. I didn't know anyone.
Does
but
it get lesser name than me?
at that point, it's like, call Danielle.
Call me.
So they have like someone playing Lori and the guy and then using the exact transcripts where the guy's like, oh, just checking in, guys. Remember when, I put your daughter's face on the head of a rower? And Lori's like, yeah. And he's like, so it's just fascinating.
Wow.
It's truly amazing.
Do they have Felicity Huffman saying ruh-roh?
Yeah.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh.
Ruh-roh. That is.
Oh, and this one woman, it's dark and disgusting.
Gangster
And it's
capitalism.
so good. Anything else?
The book I'd been reading this summer is called American Carnage, and it's about I'm at a point when everyone's like shouting fake news at everything like that. I really just appreciate a good piece of reporting. And this book is about the dissolution of the Republican Party under Trump and how it's changed and dissolved, basically. And the guy meticulously reports this thing out over like 8 years. And it's just an extraordinary piece of journalism more than anything else.
More extraordinary than Love After Lockup.
No, definitely not. Nothing is.
There's different levels of
Yes,
genius.
exactly.
We can't compare.
Yeah, come on,
Two
please.
works of art.
Genius.
Genius.
Yeah.
Genius.
Last
you. These
person,
are
I
great.
just want to give a shout out to my right next to the bullseye to a person on reality television. And I'd heard tell of her, but I hadn't really gotten into the world of Captain Sandy on Below Deck. The captain is everything to me. I'm in love with her. I respect her. She's
steering the ship?
She's steering the ship and my ship. She's the only person with dignity on reality television that I've come across. And it's in the right place.
More than Denise Richards?
Danielle. She is everything. She's a rock. If Captain Sandy would be my number one guest, I'd want to have on here. And that's all I'm saying.
A little offended.
I know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Number one, not including here. We've got you. We've got you.
We
once.
almost had on Henry,
Who?
which again would have been second to you, but he stood us up.
He stood us up.
A
This
man
was a low
named
blow.
Colty from
Colty and
90
his
Day
mother.
Fiance.
His mother
his dad.
and Colty stood us up.
Colty and Deb were supposed to, be on a live feed with us, and Deanna Chang was guesting, and we were here.
Ready.
And apparently, we got a call. He was promoting a music video that Colty is in, and we got a call from his PR person that he said, unfortunately, I can't find them.
Just can't be located.
He just can't be found.
He's like, I've been looking all week, and they are.
Can I give a shout out to a dignified reality TV
Please.
star as well?
Always. We're always looking.
Mike Johnson, who is one of the contestants on the latest Bachelorette and on Bachelor in Paradise, he is in contention to be the first African-American bachelor, which he absolutely should be. He raises the genre to a classier level. He is a beautiful, beautiful man. I just want wonderful things for him. And if that means finding a wife on TV, God bless him.
God bless
Wow,
him. Okay.
okay.
And finally, it seems we've come to the center of the bullseye, and I think it's only fair if it go to Danielle and I.
I agree completely. I am so proud of you guys and thrilled for you.
It's fair. I
yeah.
hate to say it. Henry, let's take a little break and come back with Orange County.
Yes, please.
Great.
We're back with Orange County and Henry Goldblatt. Now, Orange County started a few weeks ago,
Yes.
so we're in a few episodes.
Yeah, and we all knew Vicky was a friend of, which honestly has been a relief.
It's been fine.
So I have a theory about that.
Okay.
Do you remember how Heather Locklear was billed as a special guest star on Melrose Place for every single season she was on?
Yeah.
I feel like that's probably what they should have done with Vicky. And after everyone was holding the orange, then they should have had just panted Vicky and been special guest star Vicky Gumbelson.
So you'd like to see the special guest stars have their own billing,
I think
when
in
they
this
say and Meryl Streep.
Exactly. In this case, because she's so core to all the drama that's going on this
She
season.
is.
Yes.
She is.
And it does feel like we're able to check in with her as much as I would want, but I also feel like some air out of the tires in a good way.
Yeah, I just felt like she does stir the drama. She's still available to us for all the needs, but we don't have to watch her just puttering around her house. You know what I mean?
I also don't love her dating someone. I like her on the hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like she's too settled in.
No, agree. Her and this marriage are not made for us.
Yes. What are your thoughts about the season so far?
So I want to land on Gina for a bit.
It's a tough place to start.
It's shaky ground to land on.
I like my housewives to be aspirational, or at least have some quality that is aspirational.
You don't find that a knotted up rug of a wig aspirational?
No. And so the very first scene we find Gina this season, she's on the phone and not a stitch of furniture in her apartment, and she's staring at a cracked iPhone talking about her DUI. I spent...
When you put it like that.
I spent yesterday with my 6-year-old nephew in Studio City, and I got to tell you, his life of Legos and spelling homework is more aspirational than this.
Wow.
It is rough.
Wow.
And her testimonial looks are worse.
Worse.
That,
No, I
that
want to
ice
address,
blonde.
and I don't want to ever bring down a woman's beauty. It's not who I am. But this is, when I tell you this is not fat shaming, because she has not gained weight, but her face appears that it has, just her face. Is that an alcohol
Is that a
thing?
bloating from alcohol?
Yeah, I don't know.
But do we all agree her face is just simply a different shape? It's a different woman.
Yes.
I would say that she is wearing a mask of miserable. And so
Mask of misery.
a mask of miserable. So
Wow.
So her whole body, her whole life is
And Shannon had that last year.
Yes.
Again, I'm actually not talking about
No.
weight. I'm just simply like
it's
she's
just
so
that,
low.
that she's low. She's in the ground, and there is no taking. Like she can't get up, and she keeps making
Could
things
she
worse
brush
for
that
herself.
hair?
I've asked it when she was in that top knot, the heaviest looking top knot. I can't believe it didn't bring her whole
At
body down.
that horrible furniture store where she met
Oh, where Shannon gets a ton of terrible like Art Deco heart. Like
If
you
I
were
was
to-
David Bador and I saw that Shannon was buying that furniture set, I'd be like, God damn it.
every piece of furniture you would walk into it and be like, ow! It was just like, this is the worst furniture ever.
Do you think that Gina is just too young to be a housewife? Like, should there be you have to be 35 to be the president? Should you have to be 40 to be a housewife? Or
I think 45.
Yeah.
In an ideal world. I think she's too young. I think she is, as my mom used to say, not eaten up with brains.
No.
And I think her father, Gino.
Makes it sound like brains are a bad thing. Like, I just don't want to get eaten by brains.
Yeah, she's not the brightest bulb by any means, and nor is her father, Gino.
Oh, Gino looks like, but here's the thing.
Gino is
and
quite a
Gina's
look.
parent, the whole family looks the same age.
Yes.
Yes.
And when
Like-
they were,
Yes, they absolutely do.
I can't believe that they're not all the same age. Whatever age that is,
Yes.
that they're
that's
all not the same
kind
one.
of good news for Gina, I guess, because she'll look the same for the next 25
I
years.
hope.
But watching her parents sit on a folding chair while she sat on the ground, it was really tough.
Tough.
Why did she miss her court date?
She trusted a lawyer that didn't,
I mean, I could see that happening to me, but still, it's so upsetting.
and that they were just about to arrest her.
And Gina,
I
unfortunately,
wanted to see that so bad.
Oh God.
Oh my God.
You guys are looking wistfully as if I wanted to see that sunset.
especially
It was supposed to be beautiful, and I missed it.
It's major FOMO. He said that there was like who was coming, like the National Guard is what it sounded like. Grab her by the
FBI.
scruff of her wig. I mean, and she was like, Shannon Bador, save my life. I hate her accent so much.
I love the nails and hate them at the same time. I just don't know how she's dialing anything or picking up her children. Like the nails give me pause.
And that whole conversation with Shannon made no sense about why she was rude to Shannon last year. Even Shannon was like, She was like, I was jealous of you because Shannon was so miserable.
because you were so outward with your miserable, and I was hiding. so like,
That's such a good
breathe,
Gina.
girl, breathe.
Again, with the aspiration, like, I want my housewives to have been to Rodeo Drive before. Like,
That was a shock.
Thank you,
that
Henry.
was shocking.
Disgusting. If you have that, should be 45 years old and not only been to Rodeo, have a failed business on Rodeo.
Yes.
100%.
Yeah.
Speaking of failed business on Rodeo, do you see that Kyle is coming out with a new fashion line?
Oh,
At
God bless
first,
her.
you don't
That's
succeed.
the biggest lie being told to Kyle.
Yeah. But it's always with someone. It was like Kyle and somebody, which means
Yeah, that person.
somebody has something and Kyle's like, I'm going to slap my name on there.
Now, speaking of aspirational, we have Emily. Living
we have Emily.
truly the darkest life. I feel for her.
Is he like top 3 worst house husbands?
Absolutely. He's up there with Jim Marchese.
Yes.
He's up there with Trampoline Park.
Oh, yes. Jim Bellino.
Jim
a lot of
Bellino.
Jims. Someone
Brooks.
said Brooks was actually more fun. Though a liar
Tamara's old
and
husband.
a
Yes.
shyster, he was, and Simon.
Yeah, Brooks was like George Bush, where you're
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
in hindsight, like I loved him.
Yeah, and he was literally like still Brooks was like letting off, like killing many people in the same way of George Bush, but he was also just like a good old boy. You're just like, and he was always like, "What's your favorite part of your woman?" He's like, "Her vagina." I'm just like, I'll never forget.
Yeah,
when it's
like he was our own Dirty John.
Yes,
you
he
said.
was, and so like. When you're in the midst of Dirty John, before the killing happens, you're like, he's a fun guy. He's a doctor. Like,
But Shane.
Shane?
I'm telling you, and I'm going to say this right now. If something happens to me or my family, it will be Shane or Tamara's son. And something,
don't mean to laugh, but-
Something will happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will run amok. And I'm
They
not
are.
joking.
Shane is. Someone tweeted at me, and I can't remember, but I think there's a movie where a man turns into a rat. And is it a Harry Potter movie? I don't know, but I was like, oh, that's Shane. He's a rat man.
And I feel so badly for Emily. so obviously miserable, and she's miserable in her body, and she's trying to reclaim her body because she's miserable in her marriage, and it's
and the fact
all
that
tough.
she thinks she should have another baby with this man and drag herself, because when you have a kid, you're in the underworld.
Yes.
In the beginning, and she needs to fight to get above that horizon line.
And also,
That house feels the energy is so toxic.
Oh, it's horrible. And she threw a birthday party for his parents, and he didn't show up.
And then was like, "What? I'm busy." He's absolutely cheating on her, right?
Oh,
100.
Yeah.
And she's holding it down, and she's like, "I had to give 3 kids a bath. Like that is hard."
That
and
is
he's like,
fucking
"So."
hard. And she's taken the bar. If anybody knows what it is to take the bar
She's
and
a
pass
leader
it.
and a party planner. Don't forget. You know, I did write down a little scene, and it's nothing much, but it did strike me as truly so dark last night between Shane and Emily, and it was just a little snippet to remind us what we're dealing with him. Okay, I'll play Emily, and Henry will be playing Shane. How are you? I haven't seen you in a while, over a week.
Hasn't been that long.
Well, yes, it has. How do you feel?
I don't feel anything right now.
You don't feel anything right now?
I feel hungry. I'm just going to go down and eat.
Later in the kitchen. Oh, sorry. I was going to hug you.
I need to eat.
Okay, but I want to hug you.
I can eat. You can watch me.
Scene.
Guys,
I can eat.
it
you can
reminds
watch me.
me of when Kelsey and Camille were about to split up in that limo ride
Yes.
to the Tonys.
Yes.
That limo
It's that
ride to
dark.
divorce.
Do you think she has it in her to leave him?
I hope so. I don't understand what she gets from him. I guess he's the father of her children, and I understand that divorce is so hard on a family. But when someone is so mean and miserable and just
Dismissive. He has zero respect for her. He hates her.
He hates her,
Yeah.
exactly.
In the testimonial?
oh my
Something
God.
about, oh, you're baiting me. I'm supposed to say I missed her, but I don't.
Yeah, and he's like, she's not going to like that answer. They're so smart to get him in a testimonial because
Yes.
none of the other guys are. You don't see Eddie in a testimonial.
No.
What's his end game for being in a testimonial, though?
I think he's like a little fame whore. And despite his, he's living in a hotel. Nobody needs to study that much. You know, he's like watching TV.
Yeah,
He's
he
drinking.
just wants to be
Yeah.
away from his family. He wish he could be in a hotel all the time.
Yeah. And I know he says he doesn't drink. He's up to stuff in that hotel room.
There is no way. He is the worst. We haven't seen this bad in a really long
Who
time.
disappears?
And she's a
from-
nice person.
She
Yeah.
is. And who disappears from their family for 2 weeks to take the bar? Like the.
And who treats their family that way when you're
Exactly.
away from your
And
family?
he's going to fail it, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
There's no way.
I can't wait for that episode.
I can't either. He's going to be so
or
pissed.
they just won't tell us anything, and then we'll know.
I think they're going to tell us. I feel like they'll get
You
to the
guys,
bottom
they know.
of it.
They
Can't
know.
we look it up? It's
Can we
public
look it
record,
up?
because we found out JFK Jr. failed a few times.
What?
Oh, I'll get on that research project.
Oh, please. That's a good gift to us.
Yeah, I'll get on that research project.
I think you'll find that sooner
Call
than you
Rick
will.
Singer, whoever you need to. Let's get to the bottom of it. Maybe Bronwyn we'll get into.
Bronwyn.
Or do you have anything else?
No, I think I have a controversial opinion about Bronwyn.
Okay.
I adore her and think she's a breath of fresh, as you guys would say.
Yeah, I do too.
I like her.
And-
I'm enjoying her.
She reminds me of that song, and she reminds me of that song, like, I can bring home the bacon, fry it up in a pan, and never let you forget you're a man. Like, she's just like doing all this stuff, and then in the sex den with her husband, she opens her robe. She's got like Asian characters tattooed all around the spine of her back. Like she's a sex
And
kitten.
she
I
has
love
an
it.
onion.
She has 7 children.
And is just, you're right, still trying to fuck that husband.
And
Yep.
still, like, they're running around, like
Dancing a lot.
And then he'll take the kids away for a trip, and they'll be fine. Like,
And then
they
she's
have
crying
a
at the
lot.
table.
I mean, guys,
I think she's so I thought she looked so beautiful in
Yes.
that dinner with
Oh, my
her
God,
mother,
yeah.
Dr. Deb.
Dr. Deb.
Deb.
Now, what? We all want to talk about Dr. Deb for a minute?
She's a chip off the old God, who's the woman that the editor-in-chief, not to give you a run for your money, of Nobleman?
Oh, Lydia?
Lydia.
Lydia's mom. Lydia's mom. I was thinking that
Yeah.
same thing. Yes.
I see. Are either of your kids into JoJo Siwa?
Yes.
Oh yes, JoJo Siwa, the former dance mom.
Yes.
Yes.
She's a teenager, but looks like a child.
Except looks 60 also.
Yes,
And
and
has
someone-
bows everywhere.
A girlfriend of mine says she lives in Studio City.
Yes.
And and that she trolls around Studio City in like a pink convertible. I'm like, what? My daughter would lose her goddamn mind.
That reminded me of Dr. Deb.
Yes, she's like a grown-up JoJo Siwa. I think she also has like a Betsy Johnson. Like, you know how
for
like Betsy
sure.
Johnson's always in like a multicolored hair and like a ballet skirt, and you're
What's
just
that cap? It's kind of a like a sea cap, like Captain Sandy you
Yes.
would think would have. And then she has like a big gold lettered necklace that
Yes.
says Eco, and one says Medicine Woman.
Yes.
And she was not taking it on when Brawin was like, well, you know, there were problems. She's like, you were fine.
She's like, it's not like the refugees. Jesus. I was like, wow.
You can still have had a tough childhood and it could have been worse, of course, but she can still express
and
that,
it
like,
didn't sound great.
no, at the Whiskey a Go-Go, like sitting up there while everyone's fucking. Like, and she was just getting her bottle done by the bartender. It's like, what
Dr. Deb, Dr. Of.
love?
Living on the edge.
I don't, Doctor.
The high seas.
She's like Dr. Teeth on the Muppets.
I did a deep dive. I've like failed at the internet this week. I apologize. I did a deep dive trying to find Candy Apple, the band that she was in.
Yes.
And I could only find 2 Candy Apples, both of them more recent, unfortunately. The internet seems to have scrubbed Candy Apple from existence.
Well, every time Bronwyn talks about them, I keep thinking she's going to say like,
Heart.
yeah.
Like, yes.
And then you're like, huh, okay.
Okay, Candy Apple.
Yeah.
I wonder what I would love to, if someone can get that for us. Every once in a while, a listener goes like, oh, I can get on the, the dark web and find whatever.
Yeah, let's get on the Silk Road and get to the bottom
and
of this.
find some Candy Apple tunes. I bet it's going to sound like, in my mind, it's like a Warrant cover band or like a heart, like, tell it to my heart.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
A knockoff.
Yeah, but let's hope. And then I had some thoughts on when Shannon goes into a hip hop nature.
You mean appropriating
Yes.
African American culture?
It is
It is so
the most
upsetting.
insensitive, insulting, disgusting. It makes me sick.
And she thinks it's so funny.
And I
know.
find it so offensive.
And so I know. And she's done it a lot.
I know. And that's why I'm like, I call for Shannon to stop.
Yeah.
It's offensive.
Yeah.
It is.
And we've stood behind Shannon through a lot.
Yeah,
But I think
but
this is where the buck stops.
where I can't.
Yeah.
I can't.
Yeah.
And with the big neck, like,
And granted, Dr. Deb also.
yes.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
I would find Bronwyn's husband incredibly attractive if he took off that necklace.
Yes.
Yes, that's a good call.
And I think if he had just a glossing of styling.
Yeah. Oh, he needs a 1-season makeover.
Just a 1-season haul would really be great. The one thing, Bronwyn, I love when women say, not women, but she kept saying to her mom, she's like, look, I know on the outside I'm fun and funny and
She
crazy and
kept
I'm so
saying how
funny. And I'm
funny
like,
she was.
I really like you. I haven't had a ha.
Yeah.
No.
Off of
She kept
you
saying,
yet.
I'm the funny one. And I was like,
She's like, and I know I'm so crazy. Like, you seem actually like
danced on one table at a party.
quite grounded.
Yeah.
You seem to be the only one who's standing on 2 feet.
Yeah.
There was another moment that I would like to talk about with Perry and Emily. Perry, the mother of the beast. The lovely mother.
Yes,
Oh, yes.
Shane's mother, Perry. At the
Now-
horse stables?
Now, when she said that basically
Perry's hard to focus your eyes on.
you have to scream into a toilet as opposed to confronting your husband, that people just scream into a toilet to get out your feelings. And I thought, you know what? Shane is a toilet. And he deserves to be
yes,
Yes.
maybe that's what she meant.
So
Yes.
Shane is the toilet that she needs to be screaming into.
Profound, Danielle.
Okay, sometimes
Profound.
I can't believe we've gone this long and have not discussed pulling a train.
Oh,
Or as Kelly's plastic surgery boyfriend said, a choo-choo train.
I've never heard pulling.
I was on the Google machine being like,
you
what's
really
pulling a
had to
train?
take to the web.
You have been doing the
I
research.
have. I'm a reporter after all.
You
I want the
really
truth.
are.
But it seems like you couldn't handle the truth.
No, like, not in that case. I'm like, let's break this down for 1 second.
Please.
Like, she's accusing Kelly of like laying there while 8 guys, one after another, put themselves inside her.
Yeah.
Like, is that a thing?
You put it like that.
It's.
It's
I mean, I've never seen it.
I have never heard of it. And everyone else seems to really, like, it's in their vocabulary. Like, someone's like, well, she pulled a train. And I was like, well,
Yeah.
Another
They're like,
lady
"She
pulled a train.
They're like, I didn't know she pulled a train. And then when Kelly had to discuss it with her boyfriend at that sad brewery.
That was, but I have to say, it was the jauntiest conversation about said
appreciate
topic.
that. Yeah, he's like, ooh. He's
And
like,
then they
"Don't let
went
him get
right
you
to
down."
engagement speak.
He's like, don't let that talk get you down.
Yeah,
He's
it
like,
was-
just make a joke out of it, which actually was kind of good advice,
Yes, I
advice
thought
to
he did-
diffuse
Yes.
it.
They are no longer together.
Yeah.
But I felt like he handled that in an appropriate way. I do think Vicky, again, is a monster.
Yeah.
For putting that out there. It is not true.
I loved that pig emoji that Kelly sent.
Oh!
It's so wrong. I know.
But then
but it was
so wrong.
Tamara has turned on Kelly.
And Bronwyn. I know. Since this all happened,
Yes.
she's been really.
Her and Shannon, who are a terrible twosome. I think that they're just mean ladies together. And
I've always said, and Tamara's kind of hidden it the last two seasons, she is mean as a snake. Like, Shannon is nowhere near as mean as Tamara.
Yeah.
And Tamara kind of deploys them a little bit, I think, and tries to pawn off how mean she is. Like, it's Vicky that's mean.
yeah.
I think it's Tamara. It's having had our own run-in with her.
Oh, yeah.
She's not nice.
And Tamara and Brandy have gotten into it.
yes,
on
and we
the
have
old
those
web.
transcripts.
Brandy
Would you care to read
Glanville.
with Danielle?
Of course.
Who would you like to play, Danielle?
I'll be Brandy.
Okay, great. And you'll be Tamara. Now, this is a kind of a Twitter war that just popped up.
So basically, Tamara responded to someone's tweet basically saying, who knew Kelly was the new Brandy? And then all hell broke loose on Twitter. So it starts off with, this is Brandy.
You're Brandy.
Yeah. I have much to say on the toxic trick that is Tamara, but I'm going to enjoy my holiday weekend first and address it on my next YouTube episode. 2 heart emojis. Cunt fucking wait.
Looks like someone needs a little attention. Who knew saying Kelly is the new Brandy, she'd lose her shit? It's not like I called her a hypothetical asshole. Hashtag calm down, girl. Hashtag attorney watching. Hashtag here's your attention. Hashtag take it all in.
So predictable. Cowards throw a stone and then hide behind their bank account so you can't actually respond to them.
Sweetie, you threw the stone. Heart emoji.
Honey, how? Because I think you're messy? Because, babe, you're loud, predictable, and uninteresting. It's just a fact. No stones thrown.
You're on YouTube and the queen of messy. You can't even keep it interesting on reality TV.
Slam.
It's Saturday, just finished some fucking rosé, and really wishing Tamara would go away. Bitch, don't kill my vibe. Let's just agree to have a Twitter war. No lawyers, no haters. I don't want to cancel anyone's life. I don't enjoy hate spewing. Let's agree to be fucking disagreeing. Wow. Now, those are the 2 scariest women
Yeah.
on the face of the planet.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am
If
too.
anything, I thought they both kind of held back.
I thought Brandy did.
Well, I think Brandy was genuinely scared of this, like, a threat of a lawyer.
Hashtag
Yeah.
lawyer
Which
watching.
is like, there's no way Tamara's going to get a lawyer or
What
it
is
would
she
do
going to
anything.
sue about?
Yeah, nothing.
They're all saying terrible things about each other.
Yeah.
How do you fall on the Kelly cocaine stuff?
I don't think she's done cocaine. I'm not
See, I
saying
don't
she's
either.
never done it in her life.
Really, guys?
I don't think she does it regularly. Like,
Yeah, I just don't think she. I
Yeah,
don't.
I agree. I don't think she's like a cokehead.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying she's never done it, but like,
And do we think she pulled a train?
I don't know what that
I just want to know everyone's opinion.
I think
We're
she
so quick to dismiss it.
has she pulled other things? Maybe. Like,
I don't think she pulled a train.
I don't think she pulled.
I don't think she pulled a train in the way it was described with 8 different guys.
How
Like,
would you even find 8 people at the same
And
time?
I love that her boyfriend was like, you didn't have time to pull a train. He's like, you've only been dating for a year. It's presumably a train would,
Well, a train only takes a night.
right, would blow through the station pretty quick.
Yeah, you could get a train in and out of there in an hour.
Wow.
If everybody has a turn.
Anything else on OC before we head into Potomac?
I think that's my OC of it all. I'm like, yeah, let's take a break and then head to Potomac.
Guys, we're back with Potomac in its 17th episode. It does feel like there's been 100 episodes.
Yes,
Yeah.
and there were a lot while we were gone. It felt like there were like 2 a week or something.
I know, and I'm loving it. Next week is the finale, and then we're going into, obviously, the reunion. These last two episodes, at least, were powerful.
Katie missing in action. No, I will say the minute I saw her basically in a scarf and a and like a puffer jacket and her suitcase in the doorwell.
And like, her hair looking a bit mussy.
Yeah, like I was like, she's going on she's leaving. Like she's not just sitting in the Bahamas in her room in a puffer jacket.
And I think them wanting to file a missing persons report was a bit much.
I do like that we found out that there was cast security. Like we got behind the scenes on that. That was a treat.
Yes.
It was unbelievable the way the producer came out. We saw the sound person, we saw the camera person, and I was wondering, of course, is this the camera person?
Yes, I had the same. And I also was wondering, is this also the camera person that got put in the hospital by Nene? Like,
yeah.
Like,
Yes.
do they follow do they go from show to show?
I
like,
loved seeing Giselle and Karen talking to the producer.
That was amazing.
I felt like the producer had majorly had the power there.
Yes.
Like
Yeah.
Giselle was kind of respectful.
I also liked the security. I was very attracted to the security.
It felt
Like
really
just someone
good.
in charge. Like I'm very attracted to anyone who's like, she's at the airport. Like I was like,
I would love to know the day in the life of that producer at the Westin, in
Yes.
Cayman Islands. Just like, well, fuck, I got to go to the airport and look for Katie wandering around like a mess.
Now, Katie, I am worried.
I forgot that Katie had kids. Did you forget that?
I remembered the first season
Yes.
having
Yeah.
kids, but then we skipped a season,
And she
so I
seems
don't.
so different this year.
She seems so out of it. Like,
There's nothing sadder than a disconnection with kids.
I was wondering what the ethics were of the producers like taking a couple of them to the airport to confront Katie. Like, why are you leaving? I would have liked to see that.
I would have liked that.
Oh,
on
me too.
camera.
I thought you were going to say you thought that would have been a problem. I was like, much needed.
I wanted to know. It is wild though that Katie didn't even call her boyfriend to tell him she was coming. Like, not
Right.
a,
And they kept saying the producer was like, she's not feeling well. It's like, what's happening here?
what is happening?
I feel like something happened that was kind of above their pay grade where it was like they were like, we have to let her go.
Yeah.
Something went on.
Between the ladies or just something?
No,
at
I think
home?
Katie.
Oh, Katie's, there's something
major
There's something
going on.
majorly wrong.
Yeah, majorly.
But she wasn't like that first season, was she? Like I don't like. She's gone down a
there's
dark.
personal thing, which I think even Ashley was like, ooh, I think I gotta like straighten up.
Yeah,
Ashley,
Oh, the testimonial look.
there's a few.
there's a few.
There's a purple eyeshadow one that
That
is
is-
emblazoned in my brain, and I will.
There's
never
a
be able
very
to forget
dark
it.
wig that's
the
hanging
bangs,
forward.
yes, the
Bangs.
bangs.
Then there's the shorter look.
Oh
No, I'm thinking of Karen's short look, which
Aaron's short look. I
loved
love.
that.
It reminds me of the Erica Jane short look,
Yep.
like the sort of like wave over the eye. Like I'm.
Danielle,
all
I feel
in.
like that's maybe a haircut that's in the vein of something you'd want eventually.
Yes.
Yes.
It was. Please, thank you. You know me.
touch of Princess Diana in there too.
Yes, I again agree with all of these hairstyles. I would love them one day.
I mean, God, Ashley just keeps stepping in it. And I thought when Karen was yelling at Ashley, when she said contact without consent is against the law and yelling he is not innocent. Now, this is controversial. I thought it was the most real Karen has ever been.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I also am like this. Okay, Ashley is in denial. That is true. But there's a part of me that gets upset at women having to answer for men.
Yes,
Yeah,
That
Oh,
done
yes.
wrongdoing. And so, yes, she's right. But why is she taking it out on Ashley? It's like, don't be,
Of
you know
course.
what I mean? So yes, it's the honest conversation, but I was just like, why are you yelling at her? Even though she is enabling. She's not innocent in this. She is
It's
enabling.
hard because we don't have him and we need to see that.
Yes.
Yeah, and the other thing again, she's so much younger. This is the first time she's dealing with anything like this, I imagine.
And she's so deep in it. Like when we watched her
Yeah.
take her pregnancy test, I was like, oh, this is why she's so entrenched. She's so close to her to getting a baby and she wants it so badly. She's willing, like, to the exclusion of reality.
And
It's
I
the-
will. Oh, go-
I'm sorry. I was going to say it's the first time, like, as a woman who struggled with fertility, anytime someone's like taking a pregnancy test and working so hard to get pregnant, like I feel like such hope for them. And we know she does eventually get pregnant, but I've never wanted something to happen less than this child for them. I'm sorry. This is a terrible marriage and I want her to have a child, but I don't want her connected to this man anymore.
Doesn't that weird apartment feel very odd?
Yes.
You, the way she's putting that yoga mat out diagonally.
Oh,
It all felt like a hotel room to me for some reason.
yes.
I felt like even the pool table was at least bringing some warmth.
And that, when pool tables have to provide warmth, you know you're in some
You're in trouble.
this is one of my favorite quotes from Ashley from the entire series when they went to go horseback riding. And Ashley says, I don't agree with using animals for pleasure and not utility. And then Karen goes, you serve kangaroo meat.
And she's like, yes, I do.
She's like, but we're eating it. It's like and then she goes, no one's eating it. That's why your business is going out of business. Oh my God, these women are so funny.
Monique's son, Monique took her son fishing, and her son kept saying, "I'm getting really bored," and that's exactly how I was feeling about all. I mean, Monique, like, get off camera, give birth already.
Get off camera. I
Yes.
don't need to see you eating popsicles.
No.
And talking about not having sex with your husband.
I do love her husband, though.
I do too.
I do too.
And she needs to get on that. Get on it.
Yeah.
with him.
Get that baby out and get on him. Another amazing quote by Giselle, my other favorite person on the earth, was when she's like, well, let's go look for her, when they were talking about going to look for Katie. And she's like, I've got to go get my tea. And she's like, go on, girl, get your Earl Grey on.
Giselle
Yes.
is, I want to choose my words carefully. I'm going to say Giselle's one of my top 2 favorite housewives at this point.
Yeah, she's 100%.
She's-
Who's your other?
I don't know. I want to reserve the space in case someone came to mind. She may be my favorite.
Yeah,
She's
she
so
is
good.
so amazing. Her and Karen together, it is
And
an
again,
amazing.
they are the right age.
Yes.
They have lived a life. The only young housewife, I would say, who has given us like
Candace.
Candace is young, but she's giving us something. No, but the only young housewife amongst all the series that is like started young but is Portia. I mean, Portia has
Yeah.
blossomed.
and she's not even. Is she 30 yet? How old is Portia?
I think she's like 22.
I know.
so,
It's
yeah.
like, but she is young and giving it to us. But you have to be that good to be young on these shows. And that's why, people like Karen and Giselle are just all
And they're
stars.
so funny together. After Karen exploded on Ashley, Giselle goes to her and she's like, Karen, I thought you're supposed to be Mama Bear. And Karen just goes, I try when children are teachable.
Oh my God.
And then I loved when Karen, when they were riding those horses, and Karen says sexually, bareback is interesting. Interesting. Robin is the Denise of Potomac.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
jeans, black tank, flat. She's always kicking everyone out of her hotel room when they start
she's
fighting.
like, get out. She's like, I don't want this
I'm like,
tension.
Robin, we need this.
So I have a little like.
I know. It's like, but she is young and giving it to us. But you have to be that good to be young on these shows. And that's why, people like Karen and Giselle are just all
And
stars.
they're so funny together. After Karen exploded on Ashley, Giselle goes to her and she's like, Karen, I thought you're supposed to be Mama Bear. And Karen just goes, I try when children are teachable.
Oh my God.
And then I loved when Karen, when they were riding those horses, and Karen says sexually, bareback is interesting. Interesting. Robin is the Denise of Potomac.
Yes.
Just
Yes.
jeans, black tank, flat. She's always kicking everyone out of her hotel room when they start
she's
fighting.
like, get out. She's like, I don't want this
I'm like,
tension.
Robin, we need this.
So I have a little like I could call it a bootlet on the ground. Like it's a baby
Yes,
boot on the
please. Okay, we'll
ground.
take
I have
it.
a friend who went to college with her at University of Maryland, and apparently the boyfriend's been cheating on her like since day one. They were together then, or the ex. They've been cheating since day one. So I don't know about today, but
I love Juan.
I know.
But that's bootlet on the ground.
Thank you for that.
yeah, no problem.
Can we talk about watching? No problem.
I didn't want to deliver it.
No, it's
Yeah.
okay. Look, but we'll lift it up.
Yeah.
With watching Karen explain controlling your man's tongue
Yes.
when she was showing us how you
Oh,
control your
yes.
man's tongue in the kiss. So awful.
I like when
She looked like the worst kisser in
I
the
was just
world.
like, I don't know what you're doing. Why do you have to control your man's tongue with your tongue?
I love when Ashley will come out with a one-liner. Like it's so nasty, like so ready. And
Yes.
she seems very nice. And she's actually quite receptive to feedback.
Oh,
People
yeah.
will be like, your marriage is a sham. Your husband's a rapist. And she's like, okay, thank you for that. But I do like on the beach, she screamed at Katie, you need to fill the void in your heart, not the void between your legs.
Ooh, that was tough.
was
Right, like it. People are. I could never come up with a comeback that
I
fast
know.
and that smart and that funny and that cruel.
Yeah,
I want it
cruel.
stitched on a pillow, please.
Yeah, it's something to remember
We
for
all need
of
to
us.
remember that.
We all need to remember it.
And Karen's apology to Ashley was so not an apology. Like, A housewife
She said,
apology-
I am apologizing
Yes.
to you, Ashley.
Like, a housewife apology is the best, worst apology you could ever receive, which is, take my apology. Like,
but
it's
to,
just
up until that moment, they have not said the
No,
words. I'm
they've
sorry.
never said the words, I apologize.
I think
was wrong."
Ashley, I'm realizing, is having to take all of these. They're so cruel to her because she doesn't want it to keep igniting. She's in such a tough position of like, I'll just let these women scream at me about my man and then just like take it. He's a piece of shit.
He's a piece of shit. And I've seen that baby.
Oh.
I saw a picture of the baby. And sadly, he looks, again, a lot like the father. Like, look.
Henry, what do you make of everything that this man has done?
It's not awesome. And again, I wanna like,
Simply put.
I can't believe that is the first man's behind that he has grabbed in his life.
Oh, it's definitely not.
Yes. So, and I'm not saying that he gets his D
Sucked
sucked
at
at
the
the
roundup.
but I imagine he's playing grabby hand at some roundup in DC.
But to do that, it is very aggressive to do that, like with someone when you're filming with your wife.
And to do to the cameraman who...
Do you think he was trying to like exert kind of control, or he just thinks he can get away with it and he's being funny, or he's really like, I'm
How
grabbing
much
your
alcohol
ass?
was involved?
I think a lot for him.
So I imagine his inhibitions lowered, and here's a hot cameraman, and I can do what I want.
Yeah. God. And this was, I couldn't tell if it was before or after the fertility doves were released into the sky.
Or is this before or after his wife talked about her miscarriage?
Yeah.
These, again...
He is a piece of shit.
Piece of shit.
He and Shane this year are the worst.
They're both so disgusting. I have to, like, look... I always try and figure out which house husband I would have sex with. Like, that's what we're all doing.
Yes, of course.
That's our job.
That's our job
That's why we're
as
here.
reporters. And
Seems like you're one step away from Bronwyn's husband.
I need to get rid of the necklace, and I'll be. And again,
Yes.
one
But if you-
season of
but
makeup.
But you
It'll be
could still. It's all like
Yeah.
you can
Something to
still-
work with.
Sure.
Yeah. These men. What do we have?
See, I'm attracted to one.
Juan, of course.
yeah.
Oh, one is
Okay,
hot.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Juan is. I mean, again, it's not like if he's doing what we think he is, then he's not
And
great
it's
either. But I
just
would
tough
still.
that like Katie's like, oh yeah. You know, when we went out with you guys, my husband said your husband was just simply coming on to mine, 100%.
Yeah.
And Ashley's like, that's your opinion. It's like, oh my God, so upsetting.
And he's also just an asshole to her.
Yes.
Like, let's
If
not
he was a
forget-
great guy.
Yeah, then
Yeah.
you're like, okay, great. Well, you guys have your deal. Fine. I mean, do you? But when you're a monster to her, and he said, I don't want to have a kid with you because I don't want it to end up like your mother, like just horrible things to her. You're just a piece of shit. What are we? She just needs that baby.
Why do you think that he sunk his teeth into her in particular? Like what? Like why did he choose her?
It's got to be because she's so delusional and looks the other way on things in general. She just wants things to look good and be what they are, I think.
And she's beautiful.
She's beautiful.
She's beautiful, of course,
She's
yeah.
fun.
And she's bubbly and fun and bright. So, like, when he's doing his businesses, she's great in a room.
Do you think
and with
he's
people.
bisexual? They're obviously
Yeah,
sleeping together.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. He's just a
I
bad
guess, yeah.
husband. to her.
Yeah. Wow. We're coming to a close. Henry, final thoughts?
I had one final thought for y'all that's a little bit far afield from Potomac. I was
And
wondering.
thank you for typing your notes.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
Of course.
wow.
How,
The first guest who's given
Really? I mean, we are dealing with an editor-in-chief.
yeah, and someone who's giving us the respect as nominees.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Everyone should come with type notes from now on.
Yeah.
We're nominees now.
Yeah.
In August, while you guys were off, Garcelle Beauvais was named Real Housewife of Beverly Hills.
Yes.
I realized that I enjoy celebrity coming on to these franchises.
Yeah, you're only human.
Exactly. I mean, Bronwyn's a treat and what have you, but I like a name brand.
Love it. And I think we're only going to see more
brand.
of it because look what it's done for Lisa Rinna.
Yes.
Yes.
And Denise.
And Denise.
I mean, they've all benefited.
And
they've
it's
all-
especially now in this world where anyone can, it seems, move to any lane. It's fun.
No, I agree. I think it's a breath of fresh. I'm excited for her. I think she's going to be the grande dame. I think we have an alpha coming in.
Yes. I mean, if she, speaking of, was able, God willing, to clean up her act, I'd love a Heather Locklear. These are the kind of
Yes.
names I'd like to start seeing.
Yeah. Who else? I'm trying to think. Who else? Like of an you know who I think would be?
Who?
She's not really. She's married too,
Okay.
and I'm not a fan, but I think she'll be good for the Hilaria Baldwin.
Wow, that's a great idea, Danielle.
Such a good idea.
Home motherfucking run.
Yes.
And you know he'd get in there.
Oh, of course.
He will be in there. And those kids and her doing her yoga.
Yeah.
And she's like, I know everybody hates that I do my yoga and my...
Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
Great idea, Danielle.
Guys, if the Bravo gods are listening, which I hope they are.
You are going to have a job in casting there.
Yes.
Could I?
Yes.
Good.
After this People's Choice Award, I could do anything.
Yeah, we've been given off leash now. Henry, thank you so much for doing
so
that.
Oh my God, thank you for having me. This has been such a dream. I really appreciate it.
You had some very astute commentary, and it felt like it was coming from, we were talking to someone of a higher brow.
Yeah.
Oh God, no.
For sure,
Yeah.
for sure. And where can people find you on Instagram?
You can find me at Henry Goldblatt on Instagram or at Henry Goldblatt on Twitter. Pretty easy.
Wow. I love it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Danielle.
Thank you, Casey.
Before you go, exciting news. What? In 2020? Podswag has major deals this month. First, on Black Friday weekend, November 27th through November 29th, you'll get 30% off the entire site with code BLACKFRY. Then, on November 30th only, for Cyber Monday, you'll get free shipping when you use code CYBERMON. Go to podswag.com for Black Friday and Cyber Monday deals on podcast merch. Codes are BLACKFRI and CYBERMON.